All right, today I'm gonna kind of explain a little bit how to go and wire up your AEM wideband to your Link Ecu via canbus. And I'm gonna get in here, I'm explaining a little bit to that because it was kind of confusing for me, but it was like, you know, there's not really a lot because it's kind of a new software. There's not really a lot of videos out right now, so we're gonna get in here and we're gonna jump to it and kind of show you a little bit how I ran everything and the things you kind of need for this. Here's my 1994 BMW E36 325i. This car was originally a one owner car until Gage bought it, which made him the second owner. And then Gage bought that car. So then I became the third owner of this car. So I'm the third owner of this car. I got it with 63,000 miles. I think Gage got it with 62. He didn't have it very long. He had a little ordeal go on, so he couldn't drive this car. And then when it was time for him to be able to drive the car, I actually bought the car. So he had this car in the meantime. So yeah, I bought this car, one owner. So I basically did everything to this car. Gage didn't originally want to put the roll cage in it, weld the diff, do the subframe reinforcements. Well, too bad. He did it all with me, as you guys seen in our previous videos. But right here, I'm gonna get in a little more about how I went and wired up my AEM wideband gauge. Now, your location may be different depending on how you went and got it. I'm running mine with the Autometer gauges along the pillar gauge along here. But I know some people run them down here, you know. Depending on where you want to run your setup, I'm going to show you kind of how I ran mine through the firewall. Kept it all most of this is mostly OEM. Didn't touch it, all stock harness and everything. But yeah, we'll get into here, how we ran it and all that. And I'll show you a little more here thoroughly of what all we got going on. So for this, I actually went and I used the Link accessory connectors. I used the Canf PCB connector, and I used the Canf plug install cable. I tried to find you guys the right connector pin and kind of give you guys a little rundown on how to make your own connector and repin it, and we just do it that way, the cheaper way, which you could probably save. I think it was $86, and I got it off of, I believe it was Speed Zone. But if you guys would go, and I think you can maybe save upwards of like 70 bucks maybe versus buying these connectors. I know in Drift HQ it's like 92 versus Speedway where it's like 86 something, I think. I don't know. Either way, you know, Drift HQ, you get cool stickers. So go Drift HQ, you know, if you want cool stickers. But yeah, I use these Link cables, and I basically went and I ran speaker wire from Autozone, 20 gauge speaker wire, because what we had around, and I actually went and soldered everything because that was the more proper way to do it versus just connecting. Well, you have to solder it actually when you go and you get the CAN plug, the field installation plug. I'll show you that a little bit more here whenever I get into it. I'll show you like some pictures and stuff and whatever else of what you'll be looking at here, because I already got this all put away. Don't really want to rip it out. Right here, all right, so this is my wires for my AEM wideband gauge. So I got a fuse tap running in here to a 5 amp fuse. So that way I'm constantly have a 5 amp fuse for the power. I have a separate ran ground down here. Put that away. And I went down underneath here, whole wiring mess. Right up underneath here. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, right there. So right behind your clutch pedal, you see there was a little rubber garment in there. It's kind of lights dying on me. There we go. There was a little rubber garment right in there, but you kind of just push it back out. Usually I use the zip tie, and I push it out and it'll come right up underneath the brake booster. Now, if you have this kind of already OEM, you'll have the heat stuff right here. You just have to kind of just keep ripping it out until you made some rim to pull your cords up through. But right here is my AEM wideband gauge, the can high, can low. I pulled this out separately from the wideband area. I pulled these cords out separately, and then you got to take them all the way out, and you have to twist them 20 to 30 millimeters a piece. And then at the end of it, depending on how you're running it, I'm running this straight to the CAN to OBD port on the Link ECU. You got to put a resistor right in here at the end. Soldered it, not the greatest solder job, but it'll work. I think it's a 120 ohm resistor, 5% tolerance. I believe that's exactly what it is. Got the resistors right here actually, so we'll just go right here. Hold up. Ah! Boom, right here. It's exactly what you need right there. I got these on Amazon. I think I paid like $6 for these. They came literally in one day. So one of those right here, this one I'm running for my can high and low 20 gauge speaker wire. Tape this up. Don't leave it exposed because you don't want them coming in contact. I wrapped it up all the way down, routed it up through and through here into the Link ECU. Twisted it. Remember, you have to twist it. And then I soldered it to the end of the connector cable and plugged it in. Now, all I have to do is go in and confirm the wideband to the Link ECU via canbus. And for your can high and low, they're here. Can high is your white and black one. Can low is your green and black one. Just to let you guys know, in case that way you just watch this video and you kind of just want to grab this. This is for the AEM Series X wideband. So, yeah, that's your can high, can low. You're gonna go, I think right here is actually within my fuel injector box. The little pins right here that you'll get for your link. So right here, you'll be your can high, can low, be the white, green wire. You could just buy this and snip it and then just wire can high, can low. I wouldn't recommend doing it because this is obviously cleaner, but if you're one of those guys that just kind of half it, you could do that, I guess. But yeah, this is your pinouts and stuff for this on that. And in case you don't get this, in case you buy it on Marketplace or something, here you go. There's that. Can high, can low. Yeah, so right now I'm gonna cover up this. I'll go in there, plug in my laptop, and we'll try to confirm the Link ECU onto here. Well, the wideband on the Link ECU, you know what I mean. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, so you turn on your Link by obviously turning on your car. You get your laptop. You go get your touchscreen stereo. Here this is. Here's how we have this all routed up if you guys were interested. Something's not going on with the connection, so I gotta go through and recheck it because yeah. All right, so Basically, you're gonna re-see me do everything now. So yeah, you're about to watch me redo everything. So I'm about to go and I guess rewire everything to this mother. Alright, so I tried to do a time lapse and it didn't work out. So I'm gonna go and I'm basically gonna show you what I did. So right here, this is the final end product of this part to the AEM wideband. I went and wrapped it every 20 meters all the way up to the resistor, all the way up to the wideband. So right there, wrapped it all the way up there. Then I'm gonna solder these two ends to the speaker wire. I'm gonna use color code it between the high and the low. And then I'm gonna go resolder back the connectors to make sure I did it exactly right. So when we go solder this up, run the wires, and then go from there. So good luck for me. Basically how we kind of just do it. I'll just give a little zoom in here. You gotta, I've been just running 2 fingers and just twisting it. Every 2 fingers for me is about 20 to 30 meters. So for me, I measured it as about like 20 meters. So that's usually what you're just gonna do right there the whole way up. Give it 10 to 20 meter twists in between, and then it should be good. Hopefully, we can pray. Break time. I ran it down through here, got it in here. Now we just kind of undo all this. Kind of really shitty with the camera, but it's alright. It's better than nothing. Just give it a little yank down whenever you get it through here. Try to keep them braids. Make sure you do them braids nice and tight so you ain't ruining the signal. Oof. Yep, and we'll just kind of put this all back here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and run it right like I showed you before with the adjust right there. I'm just gonna stick that up right in through here and then just go right up in. So yeah, I'm gonna do that because 2 hands is required way better. So yeah, be back. Now it should come out like right here. Like just this simple. Got a lot of cars that come by and do that. Guess it's jammed in there. So yeah, you just gotta kind of play with it. So yeah, basically, and then just route it up over to the ECU, and then we'll get to the other part here. All right, so I have it twisted now. I'm hoping this works. So here, that's what we're working with here. Okay, so I got it. We got it twisted, boom, twisted. Got it soldered and twisted, plugged into the correct pins. Okay, I 100% know. I 100% know this is wired correctly. So this should work in all theoreticalness. All right. Finally, it is reading. We got it reading here. You can see the lamb data actually reading on the gauge. Ooh. So I got the air fuel. It actually corrected. The Link ECU actually helped my air fuel ratio gauge kind of at idle because It was originally at about, I think before when I got it tuned, I didn't have the wideband hooked up and my oil restrictor wasn't even on there and the drain was just pretty shitty, so it was dumping oil. Tuner told me I needed to hook my AEM wideband up. He said I should do it canbus. So I went and got the shit, hooked it up via canbus finally. I'm gonna go through, actually show you how to do the rest of it on the app, because I tried to do it earlier and I didn't know how to do it, because So, yeah, here she is. Ready to finally get data logs. Now the Link ECU can get data logs. We can do it all through read lamb data, all the good stuff. Look at that. Nice solid 14. Now she's running nice and dialed in. Get the rest of the stuff underneath here put back in, get her all nice and looking pretty again, and ready to drift. Let's go. So I'm gonna do this on my PC here for you guys. I'm gonna open up my file. So right here, pull it all up. So we'll go to CAN setup. CAN setup. We'll go right up here to CAN. Go down here. So you go, for me, I was using CAN 2. Go to mode, user defined, then you want to put your bit rate to 500 kilobytes per second, OBD2 off. And we'll come back to here in a second. Alright, so this means if you're only using one OBD or one CAN device, you go here, stream one, load stream, you go down here to the AEM X Series, you go. When you go in the frame, you go into lamb data, keep that there, and then you go back to mode. You're gonna go to receive, stream 1. Now this would go on to every stream you have, all the way up to 10. So yeah, so your 10 streams, we're gonna receive user stream 1. ID decimal for the AEM, you can look it up here. If you go and press, I didn't know this, but if you press F1, it pulls up. Try to get the focus here. The CAN settings, you'll go down here and device specifications, and this will actually pull up all the neat stuff that you need. Doesn't really tell you that. This is what kind of, I didn't know, but right here tells you for all your stuff. Right here's for the AEM, so you go for CAN device 1, you enter CAN 3.4 down in here. So then you go 3.8.4, do extended, apply, okay. And then you go over here to analog outputs, go down to lamb data 1, and you go link CAN. Right there, link CAN. And that should set it up. That is all the steps I took. Kind of sucks for focusing, but I do it here on my home computer just because I'm not at the shop right now, and it was just kind of a lot more to do at the shop. But yeah, that's how we had the lamb data actually running on here. You can go in by, if I go and pull this stuff up here for you guys, you can go find all of the gauges and stuff here on like Summit Racing, all the forums and stuff. Here's your CAN high and low, black, green, like you've seen previously. Tells you all the little stuff you need to know. Right here, this is the big thing, you know, you got the AEM, tells you how to run lamb data right here, and change your air fuel. You can go to 3 digits, 4 digits. And this is how you actually change your CAN AEM ID network. So you go to press mode, and then you go select which CAN ID network. For my case, I'm running 1. And that's where you go through, and then you go and add in here. If I can pull it up again. Right here where it says CAN ID, yada yada, so forth. You'll go through, either do the math, or you can just go look it up, because, yeah, if you don't know where to find this information, this is where to find it. It's kind of a basic walkthrough for you guys here, so, yeah, this is the basic. Comment down below if you need any helps with the rest of the shit.